Hi everybody, welcome back to another review. Today we have the PCS Gouken Strong Fist Edition. It's the other exclusive to the Pilgrim Edition. So it's a nice one today, and today you will see more of the underneath fully sculpted piece than the Pilgrim that I had shown you earlier. So stay tuned, and it's gonna be a good one today. Okay, so let's start out with the box. It's a standard colored box from PCH. I always appreciate these because it's nice, although they're just going to be stored somewhere, but it's, cool to have. And then you can see one of the sides, top of the box, the back of the box with Gouken. And then as always, I appreciate having a little bit of details on the character and the background. Okay, so we've got the other side of this, and then of course lately they've been doing gloves. Um, the size could be a little bit bigger. I think they're a little bit too small. Okay, cotton gloves, or you can just wash your hand with soap and water like I do. And then of course we have the certificate with the owner Jerry Macaluso. And of course this one, surprisingly, it is actually 175. So I think it originally was supposed to be 175, and that's what it is. So I'm shocked. Okay, so moving on. After opening the top part of the box, the two heads will be hidden underneath that, and then of course you have Gouken. It's got the little styrofoam right there to protect it, so there isn't much else going on. Okay, so let's get the base and the statue on, and then we'll head into it. This is with the statue on, the simple base. As you can see, it's nicely sculpted. Okay, so what I'll do is I'll put on the regular head first for you, and then we'll go with the exclusive screaming head. We've got the regular head in, closed mouth. You just see his lips, that's it. And as you can see, the details is nice. It's got the marking on top, probably inflicted by his brother Akuma. Okay, so no hair rub on this one, unlike the Pilgrim Edition. There's nothing to rub it against. Okay, so let me give you a quick spin, and then we'll do the exclusive head, which is the preferred head, and I think everybody will agree to that. Okay. This is with Gouken's exclusive screaming head. As you can see, that's pretty good. And let me get you a little bit more zoom into there. This is a nice head. I think I would display this one instead of the regular non-screaming head. As you can see, the face is pretty detailed. Even his little scar up there, probably put there by his brother Akuma. Okay, and then of course this time no rubbing or anything. And I'm sure you can swap this one with the Pilgrim head, the gritting teeth one. So it's nice, yeah. And then you can see it's nicely done with the deltoids, or sorry, latissimus. Oh, also the delts. Okay, and then with this one, you can do that. I prefer this to be up a little. Yeah, you can pose it somewhere. And then the legs aren't that big. It's just, they're big, but like the Pilgrim, underneath it's got some form of cotton filler that gives it that puffy look. And then of course this is just sculpted, and then you can see his legs. It's got nice calf muscles. Need a little bit more definition. But other than that, you can do this. The cloth is kind of thin, cheap, but that's okay. Alright, so let me give you guys a 360, and then we'll go to the scorecard. Oh, and I don't know if you can see, let me see if I can zoom in. If you look at his tongue, It's really nicely, whoops, sorry about that. Oh, come on, focus. Really nicely done. Like it's got, spit and stuff. So as you can see, the attention to details is really nice on this one. And you can see the individual teeth, it's almost like it's sculpted. Okay. Alright, so let me give you a 360 and then we'll go to the scorecard. And since this is a smaller, or he's shorter, it's a tad bit small, and I'll comment that on the sculpting review. So I don't have to even set up the tripod. I can just go zoom back a little and then give you guys a 360. Okay, so here we go. It's really nice. Okay, so there you have it. So let's go to the scorecard and then we'll get the final analysis. Okay. With our first category, we have sculpting. This, like the Pilgrim, is just awesome. I do have a small gripe, and it will take the score down a little. As you can see with the back and everything, it's just nice. And this is an unusual piece. The ball rock that I did, it's light for the size compared to this. This is heavier. It's noticeably heavier. Feels like it's a Heisman Trophy. The way he's posing. The only thing is he just turn his hands up and grab a football or something. So whatever. As you can see, I mean, there's a lot of nice definition. I feel like this is one of the best Street Fighter ones that you can get scope wise. And then if you're creative, you can have his shutdown or something like that. Okay. So something like this, it's nice. I love it. The only thing is like the other pilgrim, the other Gokhan statue, you're gonna get, I feel like it's a little bit too small. I mean, we're talking about like maybe 3-4% too small, so it does take a hit. And if you can see his, his arms doesn't look like it should be, too short, maybe something like that. So other than that, this I will give it a 9 out of 10. Not because it's a bad scope, it's just that, it's a little bit too small. If it was maybe 4% or something bigger, it would be nice. And I will put him up against Balrog for you at the end, just for the scale comparison, okay? And then the next category we have is fit and finish. That means if there's mixed media, see how well it fits, and if there's any paint flaws. This thing is just nearly flawless. The material is done well, like his pants. It gives that realism. You can't really sculpt this because underneath it's sculpted, but yet it's got some puffing cotton material that gives it that puff look. Okay, and then with this, you can pose it any way you want. The rope is realistic, as you can see. And then I don't know if you can see it, but the skin, it's got like, dots. Like, sometimes you see older people, or senior citizens, they get spots on their skin. And, they put this in. It's really nice, detail oriented. Okay? So paint-wise, this is as good as you can get. We're talking about XM Studios quality here. I did not see any flaws. The rope looks like, the ropes. Okay? So with that, and then the mixed media is done well. So for this paint and mixed media, I will give it a perfect 10 out of 10. Since this is a mass-produced statue, this is as good as you're gonna get. Even custom painted one, I doubt if you're gonna do better than this. Okay. And our next category we have is the art direction. Like the last piece that I did, this art direction is nice. He's getting ready to face off against somebody. So that's Gouken. You watch. Sorry, if you play the game, he's getting ready to fight. That's his fighting stance. So art direction wise, I'm going to give this 10 out of 10. Nothing wrong with it. And he just looks badass. Supposed to be an old guy, but you don't want to run him into an alley. Okay, so and just to show you, he's got his six-pack. Okay, so the next category we have is source material. This one looks like it came right out of the video game. Okay, now the color might be slightly off or something like that. Don't care about that. And it looks like Gouken. There's no mistaking about it. Even comes down to the little scratch on his head, and then I want to give you a look at the face. Is just nice. Okay, so source material wise, 10 out of 10. This is Gouken. There's no doubting it. Okay, and then our last category we have is the all important. No, not really. Nice to have accessories. With most PCS, they're never gonna get anything more than like say a 6. Unfortunately, because it's the art direction, it's conscious decision, I guess, by them to have a simple base. It can work because it doesn't take away from the scope, and this thing is just nice. So 6 out of 10 like the last one. Most of them are going to be 6 out of 10. This one has the extra swap out head, which is there. So that's not bad or anything. It's just that there's nothing, there's no other accessories at all. And I think some forum members brought up the point about Pilgrim, looking nice and everything. I don't consider that accessories because that's what the character design is. Like the Pilgrim, it's got a lot of good looking cloth and everything. That's part of the character, so I rate my accessories as having extras or the thematic base. Okay, so in that sense, this is a 6 out of 10. Not bad. It's just that it just doesn't have a lot of accessories. Okay, so let's go to the final scorecard. It is not an average. Okay, so the final score, I'm going to give this a 9 out of 10. It isn't bad. It could be a little bit better. The only thing that's holding this back is, like I said, it's the size of it. It's a little bit too small for me. I know Gouken is sort of like got his leg spread and everything. But I'll put the Balrog up next to him. It's kind of too small for me. So I think it could have gone like a perfect 10 out of 10 if it was a little bit bigger. Then other than that, this is a nicely done one. I would highly recommend if you can pick this one up. I don't know, open mouth, closed mouth, it's not going to make any difference. But having an extra head to swap out, it's always nicer. Okay, and you're going to probably get, unless you get an oddball that had bad paint or something, it's pretty consistent lately, and it is nice. As you can see, fully sculpted, no seam line or anything like that. And then you can mess around with the see, you can do something like, ooh, his boob's showing. But anyway, you can do something like that, and it's nice. If you are going to display this with other statues, Street Fighter ones, you want to display it with somebody smaller, like Ken or Ryu or Chun-Li. That would be even better. But not against the bigger guys, like Balrog or Sagat. Okay, so thank you for watching. And then stay tuned, and I will be putting up more. Oh, before I go, let me put him facing off against Balrog Robe USA, and then you can see the size for comparison. Okay, so hang on. Okay, guys, this is Gouken facing off versus Balrog. As you can see, Gouken is shorter. Although his legs spread, Balrog's also leaning or hunching over. And then let me see if I can I'll zoom out, and then I'll give you a more detailed look. So as you can see, as I'm coming closer, Gouken is not quite as big. And then if you compare, let's just say his arms, like his forearms and everything, versus Balrog. Balrog is just slightly sculpted bigger, and it's not just the height. The overall statue, Balrog just looks larger, maybe closer to a quarter scale. than Gouken is. Okay, so there you have it. Now if this doesn't bother you, then Gouken's fine. It bothers me just a little bit. Okay, so that's what we've got, and thank you for watching. Stay tuned, and I should have some more coming in, maybe a few XMs coming in any months now, weeks now, or whenever. Okay, so thank you, and see you next time.